finally got that tailpiece swapped out for the dual one. It's a bit crooked, but I think it looks a lot better. So it's pointing a bit down and to the left of the car, but it's fine, it looks much better. Let me quickly explain a bit about the fuel system I'm putting in the car. So there's the tank and then another thing I made. But if you look at the front of the car, so like I said before, it only has the one line coming from the back, the feed line. This fuel rail needs a feed and return, so I'm going to put that in today. Underneath the back seat, when you lift this cover, so there's the fuel pump, the stock fuel pump with the lines and everything. Seems like it'll be a huge hassle to figure out how the system works because there's no space to work around it. I could have put a bigger pump in there, but then I'll have to run a line somehow for the return. I just built my own one, and in today's video we're gonna install it. There's the pipes and some electrical wire because I have a new fuel pump with a fuel filter. The tank's gonna sit over there, and I also made a piece that goes around. The aluminium sheet I got had a lot of marks on it. I had to go at polishing this one and the tank a little bit, but didn't come out perfect, but it does look kind of good. In the car it looks alright when everything's in there. So yeah, let's get started.
You say that you're fine, but now you're out of time. Out of time. You're out of time. You're out of time. And now you're out of time. Ooh. Now you're out of time. Never measure up, you'll never be enough. People say tough love, you should just suck it up. And you think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes. And chaos is collapsing from your mind. And you say that you're fine, but now you're out of time. Out of time. You're out of time. You're out of time. And now you're out of time. Now you're out of time.
And we have everything in the car. So got the piece around, got the electrical done, and tank is in there. It's bolted on all four corners, and on this side it actually goes through the floor and then under the fire extinguisher. Yeah, you can just remove it like that. There's two bolts that go through the floor as well, just to make it nice and strong. Then there it's actually bolted to the body of the car, as well as over there, so you can actually pull on it, push on it. It's sturdy. The reason I have the tank at this angle is just purely for the flow. The bottom of the tank also looks like this, so we basically have the feed line going out through here, so that's what you can see there at the bottom. So let's talk about the piping. So I have the feed line down there, and then to the left of it, so that's a 10mm feed line that goes to the pump, and then that little 5mm or 6mm is just for the see-through pipe, so that I can know how much fuel is in the tank. So the feed line goes to the pump. From the pump it's pressurized to the filter, and then from the filter it goes out to the front of the car. Let's look over here. So then there we have the feed line goes to the injectors. We have the return line going back, and that's where these pipes come in. The pressure will go up and down in the tank, so I just have the breather over here. This will actually be the refill. I don't have a big refill hole because I wanted to keep it sleeper and not open the trunk every time I want to refill it. People are gonna ask questions, what's going on here? And that's where these switches come in. So I have two switches over here, and then we have the pumps relay at the back there on the right hand side. Still need to remove my little notes that I stuck onto it. This switch is going to be the stock pump inside the tank. I just removed the old feed line that went to the front of the car underneath. So at the tank you have your fuel filter. Just took the feed line off and I routed it so that it goes in here. And I made this see-through so that I can see it filling up. I can fill up the tank of the car, and then from that tank I can just pump into this one. And then the switch on the right is going to be the new fuel pump. I just wanted to be able to switch it on and off, but if you leave it on over here it does switch off with the ignition. I also timed how long it takes to get 1 liter into this tank, so it's about 30 seconds per liter. With that I can actually calculate fuel consumption of the car. That's going to be a nice to have in the future, I think. Yeah, I'm really hoping it doesn't leak, but let's see what happens. All right, so I got a little light in there so that I can see what happens down there. I also want to measure how much fuel I put in, so I have a stopwatch over there. That's how I'm going to do it. So let's go switch on the car. Now it doesn't work. Okay, let's try that again. Just had a loose wire. So let's test the new pump. So not too loud, sounds cool, I think. So now, moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Should be able to see the oh no, I forgot to start the timer. Okay. I just got some more gas in the tank. So let's continue. There we go. Start this again. I don't see any leaks yet, so that's a very good thing. Very excited about that, but don't want to talk too soon. Okay, coming up to about 6 minutes, not even halfway, so that'll be about 12 liters. I think that'll be enough for now, just to test for any leaks. It's just priming the lines. Let's reset this. Oh damn! There we go, start. And it's actually pushing through the regulator now, so that's why it's having kind of a hard time. With the old pump, there wasn't anything coming out the return line, so this one has definitely more pressure. Another thing I was worried about was the fuel coming into the tank too fast and creating a lot of air in the tank, but I don't think that'll happen. So now I can tie this up. Let's look for leaks. Anything leaked over here? we are dry. So excited about that. And I don't see anything back here. Nothing under the car. Let's go. My tire collection is getting a bit big, so we need to burn some tires. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you are still watching up until this point, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hopefully this will be interesting, and I'll see you in the next one.
Хочу икры и сала, меня все заеб...